feels so good to be back, bro.
It better be because it's been a while. Well, not too long. Yeah, almost 2 weeks. I
Yeah,
love.
you mean I mean it's always good to take a little to take some time and just relax, you know?
And we were fresh out of ideas too for the moment.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we have too many ideas, which causes us to have no idea. We're doing something
That's what.
different today, right?
That's exactly what. Yep. I was coming up with the idea of our podcast being called. This is episode 16, correct?
This is episode 16.
This is apps and implications. So we're going to be talking about basically the implications of artificial intelligence and some of the applications out there. Well, mostly the implications of it, just what's happening in this last year, really, right? Been a lot going
Yeah.
on.
There's been a lot of developments, and then you have guys like, Lex Friedman, who's constantly looking at stuff within the AI community.
There's been a lot of talk, I mean, just with Joe Rogan, like you were just saying, Jordan Peterson, he's been bringing it up.
Jordan Peterson has been killing the game right now too. So it's nice to see a lot of honesty. I mean, a lot of stuff I'm not going to sit there and agree with, but I will agree with the fact that the guy has a lot of honesty that he's not willing to let go of, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely okay with that. So this is what it is, man. But it is nice to see
I
that.
feel like he tries to cover a lot of spectrums in his arguments.
Yeah, what's interesting too? How a lot of people weren't really talking about AI until I mean, AI had big advancements last year.
How did you hear about it? Because you brought it up to me. Did you start with Dolly? Was that the first one that kind of popped out?
So for me, it's actually a funny story.
Mm-hmm.
I've been messing around with AI for a few years, okay, and with that, I played around with some apps, but to me there was more like, okay, like it's more like, oh, I'm talking to a robot, AI robot, and that robot would become, in some ways, sentient in a way because you're having a conversation. But it also becomes a little mental too, because are you really talking to an AI or are you just talking to a talking generated robot?
Yeah.
So there's the question was always there. What is AI? What is AI art? What is AI programming? These are all the questions. There was a lot of, like, okay, so like this year alone, there were 7 major trends in artificial. 7. That's pretty big for something that's still new, kind of new, right? Would you consider that still kind of new?
Definitely. If it's
AI?
in the last 5 years. I mean, look at, when you were talking about that, I just had the idea pop up in my head of like The Mandalorian and shows like that where the CGI and they were able to bring Mark Hamill back for Christ's sakes, and just.
Yeah.
Maybe not the greatest to my liking, but they brought him back.
But some trends that we had was like an augmented workforce. Companies navigate the process of creating data and AI literate cultures like within their workforces and their teams.
Mm-hmm.
They increasingly find themselves working with or alongside machines that use smart and cognitive functionality to boost our own abilities and skills. And that was a big trend with AI art that we were working with. Kind of, like, for example, you are an artist. You are a hand artist. You paint with your hands. You've done stuff with your hands. And so it's almost like this kind of makes sense because like I found Midjourney for you, but I found Midjourney through Facebook suggestion.
Really?
Yeah, through a Facebook,
like through a friend or just a flat out Facebook peers of
like it was an ad. I scrolled up and then there was this ad for AI generated art, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me give this a try. And then that's when I sent it to you, and I was like, hey, we should do something about this. So I guess the bit
Up to water.
for us, so the personal implication that AI has done for us is that it's given us a job. It's given us something to talk about, and that's what.
It's filled a lot of holes for me concept wise, because like there's stuff I've wanted to do for years that I just like I can't sit down and do this. So I have a lot
Like graphic art stuff.
I mean, like when we first started out and we were doing all those, just our favorite interests. You're into like the UFO stuff, space, and look at all the stuff we've created with that. Now, like I've had some of those concepts in my head for years, and I was able to like bring it out. So that's amazing. For me,
Put some life into it. Yeah.
yeah. Like I've been wanting to do like my own version of tarot cards for years, and you can do that on this stuff.
And you made some pretty and
yeah,
messed around with like some tarot stuff too.
Yeah, I did. So I did some like psychedelic ones, some space ones. I think I even did. Didn't I have like a? No, I didn't have a tarot deck of Christmas cards, but now I can.
That would be actually. Oh, Tam Christmas tarot cards coming soon.
Oh yeah. By the way, have we put up our new TAM logo?
No, I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna do that today.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna put words on it. I'm just gonna put the picture.
There, it speaks volumes.
It does. It does. Another trend AI had this year was bigger and better language modeling. A big thing that came out this year was the Chat GPT.
Yes, that's one I've heard of lately.
That's a
that's
a big one right now.
Is that the one where the colleges are using them for writing essays, but now like it generates essays? I think that's the one.
From what I understand about ChatGPT, yes. This was actually brought to me from a friend of mine named Nick the Rick. Nick the Rick, yeah. Shout out Nick, and he sent this to me. He was like, anything about this, and this was kind of new to me. So actually, it said just try. See, I'm trying it right now. Write a stand-up comedy routine about the status. Okay, so yeah, it writes.
Yeah, that's the one where someone was trying to. They took a bunch of dialogue from something and said, "Make a movie script," and it made a movie script. It was like 5 pages or something. That was probably something I saw on Facebook,
and that's probably something that it's done, But that's another big thing. AI and cybersecurity. That's another big thing. The World Economic Forum identified cybercrime as potentially posing a more significant risk to society than terrorism.
It's going to get to a point too, I guess, where like maybe
cyber wars are going to happen.
Right, like holographic camouflage to go in and pull some industrial espionage kind of stuff. Break-ins at data bank locations. I shouldn't smile like that, like I know something.
I mean, what's to say that it's not happening now?
Oh, it already has, I'm sure. Data robbery.
And AI and the metaverse, which I am a user of Meta, which is the name for the Oculus Quest 2. I actually have it right behind me. There's a lot of AI implication in that. Let me tell you. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. You have a good time. With some of the stuff that you could do in Metaverse now, you could go to a concert. You could go to a race. You could see a fireworks show. You could watch a movie.
You do like a New Year's thing now too? Because I think my town that I lived in had some setup where all these people came in downtown and they had headphones on and you're all tuned in to some New Year's event. And they just kind of danced around. It was interesting.
Oh, yeah. You know what they call that? Well, over here in New Jersey, they call that the silent disco.
That's what it was. That's
Yeah, a silent disco, you know, and it's actually those are actually kind of interesting if you think about it because there's no noise being made.
I've been warned. Well, I wasn't warned. I've seen that in a movie before. I actually seen it in real life. It was a Terry Gilliam movie, one of his last ones, The Zero Theorem. I recommend that, John.
Really,
Some
I'm gonna
theorem.
check that out.
Um, what was I going?
That's interesting. That's interesting too. Like that's becoming a thing now.
Oh, the blue, like a more.
The silent discos. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like it's personal, and yet it's not because you're like around other people, but it's like you got your headphones on.
you got the headphones on.
That's weird.
It's weird.
I might go check it out.
I actually wouldn't mind. I actually wouldn't mind. Uh, going to one actually. Another trend is autonomous vehicles. Um,
Yep, the
yeah,
Teslas.
that's actually self. I mean, you guys have seen what the Teslas have been doing this past
Yep.
year alone. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Creative AI, ChatGPT, Dolly, Midjourney, all these great tools for you. I mean, we use them.
And then a
No,
few
we
years ago, there was that the dream one I was telling you about, where you would download a picture and it would make your picture look all dreamscape. I talk
Dreamscape. Yeah,
every time I say, like, I can't think of the damn, and I talk it up. Dreamscape.
and then the name comes out. Yep. But you know what's one thing that's not? It's interesting because I got that list from Forbes, but there's one thing that's not on that list, and that's AI in video games. AI have been getting used, like for example, Call of Duty. The new Call of Duty game, they have AI as the enemies, and they're pretty smart. You know, they're not some kind of crappy little
Peter Pan.
yeah, you know, they're actually doing things that me and you have personally trained for in our time in the military, you know, mounting, room clearing, taking cover. You know, these AIs have taken the role of being a little more lifelike. And I think that's
a 9-line medevac in there yet.
yeah, I mean, Starfield is using AI.
Is it?
Yep, Starfield is using AI in their games. I'm almost certain I could be wrong, but
I was looking at that last night for anything new on that, like picture wise and all that. I have not seen a whole lot.
they're having a whole they're having
year for getting in first quarter.
So Microsoft said that Microsoft is having a panel, but Starfield's not going to be a part of it because they're having a whole like personal private, well not private, but a whole presentation just for Starfield alone. So
Well, how long have they been working on that? I saw some articles that it was like 25 years in the making. Like,
yeah,
but
yeah, there's a
been
whole
working
story
on a
behind
while.
it. Yeah, we're gonna have to deep dive on that. So there were other things like okay for because like I have like a bunch of like articles here too. AI has there like AI has like a bunch of benefits, right?
Right.
Automation. It's one of the most commonly cited benefits of the technology, and it has several significant impacts on communication, transportation, consumer products, and service industries. And automation not just leads to higher production rates and increased productivity in these sectors, but also allows more efficient use for raw materials.
I was just thinking of another one, architecture too, just with the stuff that we were making, like the blueprint stuff on there.
Architecture.
I mean,
You know, think of all the great, beautiful works of buildings that we could make through AI. You know,
yeah,
and yes,
stuff I was
and
with
yes,
Art Deco. Yep.
and yes, I have that guy. Technology and nature should be able to coexist.
Yeah. Just like science and religion. But it should be able to exist peacefully. They should kind of share once in a while.
Yep. Um, smart decision making. Sorry, smart decision making. AI has been used for making smarter business decisions. It can coordinate data delivery, analyze trends, develop data consistency, provide forecasts, and quantify uncertainties to make the best decisions for a company. And as long as the AI is not programmed to imitate human emotions, it can be unbiased on the matter and will help to make the right decisions to support business efficiency. Are you familiar with the game Death Stranding?
Yeah. Yep.
Have you played it?
I had it at one point. Yep. I beat it. So.
Okay, so it's actually funny because Yumi and Lore is covering Death Stranding right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm on PC, even though it came on PC, my computer can't handle the game. But there's a scene in the game where a character named Mama says that sentience didn't exist in their timeline because robots can't understand death. And that's why us humans, yeah, that's why us humans will always be superior. And I think that in the smart decision making, where it says, as long as the AI is not programmed to imitate human emotions, it will remain unbiased. I think that's the most important thing that we have to realize too, because if we're dealing with artificial intelligence, it can become sentient. We're not gonna throw the breadcrumbs around. It can't get smart.
I think that started with like the chess games and stuff like that. They found out if they could go too crazy with it.
Yeah, man.
Like what do you need emotions in chess playing anyways?
Enhanced customer experience. AI-powered solutions can help businesses to respond to customer queries and grievances quickly and address the situations efficiently. The use of chatbots that couple conversational AI with natural language processing technology can generate highly personalized messages for customers. We also have medical advances. In the healthcare sector, it's becoming robots and artificial intelligence, advanced technology is becoming a thing in the medical field because it's becoming easier for them to do more stuff and safer through robotics and that technology. Remote patient monitoring technology allows healthcare providers to perform clinical diagnosis, and it can also be beneficial in monitoring the progression of contagious diseases and even predict the future effects and outcomes. Research and data analysis, solving complex problems, business continuity, minimizing errors, increased business efficiency. There's lots of things. I mean, it's not just one. Yeah,
just like mutations. I think is what you said. That one jumped out. That would be a good one that be able to detect. This AI being able to detect new mutated viruses and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they were used in AI during the time of COVID and stuff like that. So it's it's there. It's definitely there. I also have some like examples here. Because like so many companies. So I'm gonna tell you a bunch of companies that use AI right now.
Mm-hmm.
The iRobot, which is the little vacuum thing.
Oh,
vacuum.
Oh,
that goes around your house.
Ones.
Yeah.
Yep. I call AI around here. But
yeah. Miso Robotics. Apple, Microsoft. Yeah.
Miso Robotics.
Microsoft, Samsung, SoundHound. It's being
Sony's coming back, so I wonder if they're going to be using that stuff. I've read something the other day because Sony's kind of been going downhill the last 10 years, but now they're kind of they've been hiding some stuff and now they're pushing it out because I've seen some stuff.
Maybe they need artificial intelligence, man.
Probably what they were working on, being quiet about it.
They probably need artificial intelligence. I also have some. So we all use AI because this show is about what implications and like
the applications of the implications of them. Yep.
Yeah.
Just so what we've been able to do. I mean,
so the first thing is you've been able to open your phone with your face. Like that. I mean, we don't think of it as artificial intelligence. We think of that as just pure technology.
That was the
there's so much more to it. Social media. Okay? artificial intelligence works behind the scenes to personalize what you see on your feed. Some people will interpret this as the NSA listening to your conversations and placing ads into your Facebook, as how like I found Midjourney,
I didn't
but
know
it is
about that.
artificial. But it's actually artificial intelligence.
And
There's
it's
a big
algorithms
science
of your
behind.
likes and stuff like that.
Yeah, because what it does, it learns what types of posts most resonate with you based on your past history. So it's
You can
figuring out.
almost say it listens to you better than some of your friends do, kind of a thing. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's looking at
Like MySpace.
yeah.
You know, like what it does. If it this is how like
How'd you know
this
I
is
like
how it figures out.
tacos?
This is how it figures out your friend suggestions. How it identifies and filters out fake news, and machine learning is working to prevent like cyberbullying. Like recognizing the words. But even though like it's still so early, like I said earlier, it's still new. It's still new technology. We're yeah, we've been messing with it for what, 30, 40 years probably.
What's the next
But it's still
after
yeah,
it's Bluetooth? Like Bluetooth was a big thing for a while there. Basically, when I was in
yep,
the Army, that was the big thing, was Bluetooth was coming out. So now I think this is the next thing.
yep.
Next
So
stuff.
another implication that can help with this is sending emails or messages. So when you have tools like Grammarly and like, or even like autocorrect on iPhone, where the check activate when you compose your email to help you draft messages free from errors, like the tools use artificial intelligence and natural language processing. On the receiving end of your messages, spam filters use artificial intelligence to either block emails that are suspected as spam or identify an email as something your recipient would like to receive in their inbox. Antivirus software uses machine learning as well to protect your email account. Okay, we've been using AI naturally. It's been a part of our everyday lives. Google searches. How many times do you search something on Google?
Never in my 30 years of being online, I've never used
And
it.
we're at a point now that you don't even need to go to Google.com.
No.
You really don't. It's right there.
So we can just have Alexi do it now too. And what is she?
She is AI.
Yes.
She is another addition to the AI, which comes to the next thing: digital voice assistant. Perfect timing. Okay, from getting directions to your lunch spot to inquiring about the weather for your weekend getaway. Digital voice assistants are quickly becoming our can't live without co-pilot through life. These tools, from Siri to Alexa to Google Home, all the way to Cortana, use natural language processing and generators driven by artificial intelligence to return answers to you. I use Siri and I use Cortana.
Yeah, I forgot about Cortana.
It's actually my phone just went off right now. It's like
saying that,
like my phone literally went on just by saying her name, and it's very cool because this is artificial intelligence. Okay, you were talking to hey Siri, do you like my podcast?
One moment, please. She busy. Can't talk right now.
Hey Siri, do you like my podcast?
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Just the
I guess you had to send it to the site.
Yeah. Just the fact that you can say something through the phone, like, hey Siri, can you tell me how long it takes to get to Washington, D.C. from here?
Traffic to Washington, District of Columbia is moderate, so it should take 3 hours and 35 minutes via I-95 South.
And the thing with that is it's factored in, like your stops, your lights, traffic and all that. That's part of an AI algorithm too. Like it's been able to factor all that.
Yeah, and that all comes in with like smart home devices too. When you're commuting to work, travel aids enabled by artificial intelligence include more than maps. Google Maps, other travel maps use AI to monitor traffic to give you real-time traffic and weather conditions, as well as suggest ways to avoid gridlock. The car you drive to work might have driver assist technology, and in places such as Mountain View, California, you can request a self-driving car through Google's sister company, Waymo, to drive you to and from work.
I wouldn't mind that, but I only work. I'm 5 minutes away from work, so it would be pointless.
You see,
That'd be
I have
cool.
the problem that I have with this is that I watched a show called Silicon Valley. Hilarious show, by the way. Half-hour episodes. It's on HBO.
I think I saw the first season of it. Yes, because it's got
It is so funny.
Guy's name, Skinny Face.
Yeah, Skinny Face from the commercials, from the cell phone commercials. Thomas Middleditch.
Yes.
I'm actually a huge fan of him because I actually follow him on Twitch. He's got a really awesome Twitch account, and he's really cool, really nice guy. I'm a fan of his. But in the show, there's a character named Jared. Do you watch The Office? Have you ever watched The Office?
Mm-hmm.
You know the character Gabe?
Yeah.
He's in Silicon Valley, and the character that he plays in Silicon Valley is hilarious. And
was he in the first season?
No, yes, he's in the first. Is he shortly? But he plays a bigger role.
Wait,
he plays a bigger role in like the second. He's in. Please watch the show. It's hilarious.
I've seen the first season. It's been a while, but yeah, I remember watching that because my buddy suggested that to me.
Yeah. So what's funny is that he goes to a car to go to work, and the car goes inside of a shipping container to a whole island full of robots. And it was like an AI generate. Yeah, it was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And great writing. Great show.
One of the writers, right? Middleditch? Is he not one of the writers?
I think he might have been.
I think he was.
He might have been. So now we have Amazon recommendations. There's a shipping algorithm that I'm sure you guys, we're all shoppers here. And Netflix. This is actually the most interesting to me because at the end of the day, when it's time to kick back and relax, well, many of us turn to streaming services such as Netflix. The company's recommendation engine is powered by AI and uses your past viewing history to deliver suggestions for what you might want to watch. It soon gets specific as what time of day you were watching and what you were traditionally like during that time frame. In fact, 80% of what we're watching is driven by Netflix's recommendation.
Yep.
Which is a
back in the day.
Back in the day, you were receiving envelopes in the mail, and they were probably the only artistic soft porn, like it was like soft porn artistic foreign movies on Netflix. So that was really the only thing that was there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Classic movies as well, and you were able to just got it through the mail. Yeah. And then it evolved. It's a blockbuster out, for Christ's sake.
God, I remember when it first came out, like it was just like animation, like Japanimation and stuff like that, and look where it is now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, you're right.
Because I remember the first Netflix movie I got out of the mail was the Final Fantasy movie. The very first 7, I think it was, or X, or it might have been 7.
Yeah.
It was the very first Final Fantasy movie they ever did, like a anime movie. It's like, God, 2002, 2003. Now I can kind of remember. It was around that time period.
And now another like last article that I have here. This is gonna freak some people out. Okay?
Freak them out.
These are 13 mind-blowing things that artificial intelligence can do today. Today. It can read, okay? It could write.
Yep.
Okay. Listen to this. Did you know that the New York Times, Washington Post, and the Reuters rely on artificial intelligence to write their articles?
They sure don't rely on them for spelling anymore. I've kind of noticed the downhill slope of spelling for many things anymore. Like even in newspapers, like they just don't care. Like, yeah, you know what we're talking about.
True.
Yeah.
Next thing, it can see. Machine vision is when computers see the world, analyze visual data, and make decisions about it. And there's so many amazing ways that the machine vision is used today, including enabling self-driving cars, facial recognition for police work,
Podcast.
payment podcasts, payment portals, manufacture. The ability for machines to see helps in predictive maintenance and product quality control.
They need help in that.
It could also hear and understand, guys. Don't underestimate it.
Well, it's got what, 3 out of the 5 popular senses, so now it needs to know how to start smelling stuff. So we'll have a smell vision.
Did you know that artificial intelligence is able to detect gunshots? Analyze it. It will analyze the sound and then alert relevant agencies. This is one of mind-blowing things that AI can do when it hears and understands sounds. And who can refute the helpfulness of digital voice assistants to respond to your queries, whether you want a weather report or your day's agenda? Business professionals love the convenience, man. They just love the convenience.
That sounds like it might have been military funded before it became public. It just sounds like something that we could have utilized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It could also speak.
Huh.
You know, it's helpful and fun to have Alexa or Google Maps respond to your queries, but Google Duplex takes it one step further and uses the AI to schedule appointments and complete tasks over the phone in very conversational language.
So is that another job market that's going to start disappearing? Is all the telemarketers are just going to all become algorithmic talking apps?
I wouldn't
better.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Results.
I wouldn't put it past them. I really would.
Next phase.
All
out.
This is new to me, but AI could also smell.
So so it does have that.
Okay. Yeah, so there are researchers who are like creating the models that will be able to detect illnesses just by smelling a human's breath. It can detect chemicals which are called aldehydes that are associated with human illness and stress, including cancer, diabetes, brain injury, and detecting the woody musky color emitted from Parkinson's disease even before any other symptoms are identified. Yeah, so the AI bots could identify gas leaks and other caustic chemicals as well. IBM is using AI to develop new perfumes as well.
Yeah.
It can touch.
Yeah, they've been doing all the robotic stuff for a while.
Yep. It uses sensors and cameras, and there's actually a robot that could actually identify supermarket ripe raspberries and even pick them and put them in a basket. The creators of it say they will eventually be able to pick one raspberry every 10 seconds for 20 hours a day.
Damn.
They can move, obviously. The Ultra 3 production at Tokyo's new National Theater features robots that can generate motion autonomously. This is more of a newer thing. It's listen, a lot of people want it. I want it. It can understand emotions. Market research is being aided by AI tools that track a person's emotions as they watch videos. The emotion intelligence can gather data from it can gather data from a person's facial expressions, the body language, analyze it against an emotion database to determine what emotion is likely being expressed and determine an action based on that info.
People
play games. Yep, it can learn to play games such as chess, Go, poker, and turns out that the AI can learn to play these games, plus compete and even beat humans at them.
Like they can already, but more so. You'll have no chance beating me, human.
Actually, there's in 1997, IBM, they created this thing called the Deep Blue, and it beat a world chess champion after a 6-game match.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, that was in 97. So this is, it could debate. IBM's project debaters showed us that artificial intelligence can even be successful at debating humans in complex subjects. Not only is it able to research a topic, but also create an engaging point of view and craft rebuttals against a human opponent. I don't know if we want that yet, though.
This is just the beginning, and it's, yeah.
Yeah. And it could also create, which we know Google's AI was able to create its own AI child that outperformed human-made counterparts. Um, yeah, it can create. It can create music, poetry, visual art, photographs, and probably the craziest thing that I have read that it can do is that it can read your mind, apparently. It interprets brain signals and then creates speech out of it. It's impressive and life changing for those with speech impairment, but a little bit more unnerving when you consider the mind reading aspect of it all. It's no surprise that some of the biggest tech giants, including Facebook and Elon Musk, have their own projects underway to capitalize on AI's mind reading potential. Kind of scary, what they would want to do.
Imply with it, yeah. What are your implications towards it? What's your intentions?
Yeah. So, what are your implications, your intentions with AI?
Basically, just
what do you want?
The concepts that I've had in my head for a long time that I was like, I could never draw that, I could never build that, I could never play that. Well, I haven't done that on here, but as far as like the visual aspects of like thoughts, there are things that I've always wanted to create, I've been able to do on here. So I love that. Another thing that we should point out on here is just another implication of his fashion. Some of the stuff that I've seen on here is just like,
absolutely
holy crap, why didn't someone make this already? I did one just of a yin yang suit, just the color, black and white on one, and that turned out awesome. I've seen some gowns, these women in some of these pictures are just freaking awesome too. So, there's that aspect. Yep, weapons.
I mean, I can imagine that using. I mean, this is probably a very controversial hot take, but creating weapons for AI printing. I know that there's actually a really professional community in 3D gun printing, and then there's like crappy side,
Well,
but there's so much, and I mean, and when does it stop? Well, it's not gonna. It can't stop.
I think this is
we're here.
We're going at the top right now. The next 3 to 4 years, you're gonna be like the top of it, and then it'll level off a while, but it's gonna it's gonna go.
Yeah, and then like it kind of brings into your mind like, when does it start getting weird? Because you know what I'm talking about.
Well, we'll be the ones that's going to be able to tell that too, because we've seen the beginning of it. Like the kids of cheering and be able to see where there was the beginning of it, and they're just going to think it's all normal. I'm like, no.
Yeah, so like, okay, like Futurama, they had sex bots. So like, I'm pretty sure that
Come home, you just got out of work. The bot can sense that you've been stressed at work. Looks like you've had a hard day just by reading your face, and then
and then that's when the weird stuff happens, because then it starts taking away human interaction, human emotion,
mimics it.
Human, and you start missing that human interaction. Like I love making love to my wife, you know what I mean? And I would, knowing that what you are with is sentient, soulless, and could be reprogrammed, there's no soul in it, there's no emotion, there's no love, so that we list a lot of good implications today, but there are also a lot of bad ones too. Like using AI technology for creating missiles, or using them to break OPSEC and looking for places that, and this is both sides. Yeah, good for us if we want to stop the enemy, but bad for us if they have the same technology, because it's spreading. And AI technology is easy to get your hands on.
It can be just, it's not like used for bad or good, just how you go about it.
Right? Yeah. AI technology is easy to get your hands on. Okay, it's not hard to use.
It's kind of pushed upon you at this point now.
Yeah. Isn't that weird too? It's kind of just like, it's there. It's just like, like,
you have a phone, you got a thermostat at home that uses it. If you don't do that, then you probably got even at the lowest point, you probably got a MapQuest thing in your car if you don't have a cell phone to give you directions, because there's still those.
Yeah.
You got one.
It's an
for
interesting
another.
world. It's an interesting world, and I'm curious to see where we're going to go next. We're going to start using biometrics. I mean, are we going to start using AI for urban warfare? Are we going to start using it for policing? You know, police surveillance, police identification, more advanced police identification,
Drone surveillance.
drone surveillance. And for all we know, that AI technology is probably already being used.
Like that's just invested already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if we thought it, they probably thought it 10, 5 years ago.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be very interesting. And it's saying that it's good to be back, Strobridge. It's good to be back first. Episode of the year. We have a lot of good ideas. And this episode was cool too because we wanted to do something different, and expect this for the rest of our until this podcast.
Production. Yes.
Yeah, it's always going to be here. Guys, we want to hear from you. Give us some suggestions.
That's pretty neat thing too. We want to hear more people. Yeah.
We got a suggestion to an episode on cryptids.
Remember you saying something to me about that?
Yeah, so we got suggested to do an episode on cryptids. We could run with that. A couple ideas I've had are doing nightmares. I'm ready to get into the mental health awareness side of this show.
Yeah,
and start
we need
really
to do that.
diving. Yeah, I think it's time for us to start pushing that envelope now, and I think we could do that the next episode. I mean, if you want, we could do nightmares next episode.
That's a good one. I would be up for that.
Yeah.
Imagery of nightmares.
Yeah, there you go. Nightmares, guys. Nightmares will be the next episode. And we want to start tapping, because now you guys have gotten into our artificial mind. Now we're going to start getting into yours. So we're saying that, my final thought is, don't be afraid of AI. You don't need to embrace it, but don't be afraid of it either. It's not here to hurt you.
All right.
It's not, the ones who are here to hurt you are the ones creating it. When you hear of people like Elon Musk wanting to use artificial intelligence for mind reading projects, the implications are dire there. But when we are using AI to mesh nature and technology together, that's a beautiful thing. There's going to come to a point, we're already 3D printing food. Why not have the help of AI to advance that? We're already printing 3D printed limbs, 3D printed hit.
I forgot about that.
The implications on that are positive. So why let's soak it in.
Yeah, when you think about the pluses over the minuses, really, there's more that can be done with it for good reason.
We probably have a chance to save our world one last time. We have a chance to save our home one last time. And through AI, I think we could find a lot of technology within that, a lot of answers within that can help us.
It'll help reflect on us, like it'll kind of put a mirror to us, like this is what this thing's saying of us, and it can actually communicate that back to us. Like, you people are kind of weird.
It's beautiful. But guys, thank you so much for attending another episode of The Artificial Mind. We couldn't be more happier to be back and to have you with us. Make sure you check out our Instagram. Make sure you write to us at the Artificial Mind Podcast at gmail.com. Check out our Linktree at www.linktree.com/the Artificial Mind Podcast. Do you got anything else, brother?
Nope. Short and sweet this round. Thanks for listening, and I'm looking forward to the next New Year.
Yep. Hell yeah. See you guys later.
Amazing.